Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio, presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance offers 24/7 protection when you bundle home, auto, and motorcycle. Learn more at Progressive.com. Along with Michelle Smallman, Chris Canty, Evan Cohen with you, we give you one line every game in the NFL over the weekend, starting on Friday, by the way. We had a great game between Chicago and Philadelphia. So let's start there, Smalls, as Chicago beats Philly 24-15.
Yes, Chef. Chicago is hungry, and Ben Johnson is feeding them.
Oh, Black Friday leaves Eagles fans blue as Chicago runs it up with 281 yards on the ground.
Chicago on top with the top off. All right, San Francisco and Cleveland. The Niners beat the Browns 26-8.
Creeping closer to history, the Browns lost, but Myles Garrett continues to win, extending his sack total to 19, running towards that overall record of 22.5.
I want it to be known. Bad game management by Stefanski and a muff punt led to a lot of Dougieing at the Brock party in Cleveland.
Teach me how to purdy. Teach me how to purdy. All right, next one. Jacksonville and Tennessee. The Jags beat the Titans 25-3. Smalls.
The Jacksonville Jaguars lead the AFC South. The Jacksonville Jaguars lead the AFC South.
Jaguars, the AFC version of the Carolina Panthers.
AFC. It came in the same year, right?
Yeah.
Jacksonville came in the same year.
Number one overall pick at quarterback, yeah.
Wow. That was a great revelation there.
And are they good?
Are the Titans heading in any direction? Forget right or wrong. Any direction at this point? Houston and Indy, the Texans beat the Colts 20-16.
Our very own Chris Canty was right. No one wants to play the Texans right now.
PAT kick controversy will overshadow another terrible outing by the Colts offense.
Not sure the Indy offense has the secret sauce. New Orleans and Miami, the Dolphins beat the Saints 21-17. Smalls.
The Dolphins are going to keep Mike McDaniel, aren't they?
Phantom touching on the onside kick deserves a better ending than 3 failed attempts to get 1 yard.
Miami. False hope is a dangerous thing. Next one, the Jets and the Falcons. At home in the rain, the Jets beat Atlanta 27-24.
The Falcons may be the biggest disappointment in the NFL this season.
Tyrod Taylor, best cousins in the rainy backup quarterback bowl.
AG becomes an OG once he finally has his team, which now he does. 2-2 with his team, 3-2 in the last 5. When I say his team, post-trade deadline. I want out with the old, in with the new. Aaron Glenn, kudos to him. He's done a heck of a job in the last 5 games of getting this thing right.
So you're not trying to fire Aaron Glenn?
Oh, stop it. I was never trying to fire him. Arizona and Tampa. I was actually going the other way on that.
Sure.
Tampa beat Arizona 20-17. Smalls.
All hands on deck. Huge win for Baker and the Bucs as they try to hang on to fend off the Panthers for the NFC South lead.
Big man touchdown helps Bucs end a 3-game skid to stay atop the NFC South.
Survive in advance, no matter how you do it. Win by 3 is still a win. All right, next one. Minnesota and Seattle. Seattle beats Minnesota 26-0. Max Brosmer, quarterback for the Vikings.
The quarterback whisperer has gone mute. Even KOC can't save this Vikings quarterback situation.
Seattle defense throws a no-hitter against the rookie quarterback Max Brosmer. 5 takeaways, 4 sacks, and a house call.
I'll whisper it for the QB whisperer. Minnesota, worst quarterback situation in the league? Question mark. Next one. Buffalo and Pittsburgh. We were just discussing it. 26-7. Bills over the Steelers. Smalls.
Winds have changed. The Steelers fall to 500 as fans chant for Tomlin's exit.
Been a long time since I've seen the Steelers get beat up in Pittsburgh.
The bus was back in Pittsburgh. No, not Jerome Bettis. The one that the wide receivers were run over by Aaron Rodgers. Next one. Vegas and L.A. Chargers beat the Raiders 31-14. Smalls.
Broken bolt. Herbert gets the win and an injury to his non-throwing hand and victory over the Raiders.
Shin music for Herbert doesn't stop Harbaugh from improving to 17-1 when his team runs the ball 25 times or more.
Who needs a left hand if you're a righty quarterback? Denver and Washington, Sunday Night Football. The Broncos beat the Commanders 27-26 in overtime. Failed 2-point conversion late by Washington gives Denver the win. Smalls.
8 victories and 1-score games for the Denver Broncos. Good teams find a way to win. That's what Denver's doing.
Mariota and Washington were game, but they can't beat the close game comeback experts.
3-9 are the Commanders. Jaden Daniels should not take another snap this season. Last one. Rams, Panthers, 31-28. The Panthers, of course, beat the Rams. Why wouldn't they? Which, by the way, our show kind of predicted last week, saying once they lost the Niners, they'd beat the Rams.
We ask this every week, and I'll repeat it. Are the Panthers good?
First time the Rams trailed in a game since week 6. Is it a bad loss for LA or a good win for the Panthers? No one truly knows.
In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina, and I'm very confused. Go ahead. Try to explain what the Carolina Panthers are. Anybody?
They're a team that plays really, really well after they lose a game. They're 5-1 after a loss, which is the best mark in the NFL. And Bryce Young is capable of looking the best quarterbacks in the league eye to eye because he outplayed Matt Stafford in yesterday's game. 2 passing touchdowns on 4th downs. Hell of an execution by the quarterback. Got some stones on the thing. I don't know about the Carolina Panthers, right? Because this is one of those teams that feels like they're ascending, and as young teams go, they're always going to be inconsistent. I don't know if this is the win that gets them to turn a corner in that regard, right? Is this the inflection point? Is this the line of demarcation from the Carolina Panthers being a young, fun bunch to being a team that is steady, that has an identity, that's going to show up week to week? I don't know how to tell you, man. This is the team that nobody has on the board in terms of having to watch out for once we get to the postseason, but they absolutely could play spoiler for somebody else's year.
One of the data points that we look at is, do we trust the quarterback, right? Do we trust him? And sometimes yes, sometimes no. But this one stuck out to me. Bryce Young became the youngest player in NFL history to have 11 game-winning drives in the 4th quarter or overtime. He passes Josh Allen in that mark. He's showing us poise when it matters, and that's giving him and his team confidence that they can go out there and beat anybody regardless of the situation. And this certainly was not the case for Bryce Young early in his career. He got benched. We did not think that he was capable of what we're seeing him do now. So kudos to him and kudos to Dave Canales for bringing out this version of him.
You said he's poised when it matters the most, right? In the biggest of spots. What about when it doesn't matter? Because he's not as poised. That's the problem. It's like the game against the Saints next week counts the same as the game against the Rams yesterday. And my assumption
they got a bye week.
Sorry, in 2 weeks. Yeah. I apologize. Their next game counts the same as this previous game does. So that's my issue. You know, I talked about the Miami Dolphins with Ryan Tannehill when I was working at ESPN West Palm a bunch. And literally for the entirety of his career with Miami, I had no idea if he was good. I couldn't figure it out because they would always hover around 500. And I was like, I don't know if he's good. And I'm wondering if that's where Bryce Young is going, where we actually don't know if he's good. And then you can't, like, it relates to Tua a little bit or Kyler Murray. If you don't know, or Trevor Lawrence, if you don't know, you got to wait as long as possible to commit to knowing, right? Franchise him, don't extend him, all that kind of stuff. Because we're not that far away from them having to make a decision on this guy.
Sure, but there's a little bit of Jordan Love and Bryce Young from the standpoint of these guys turning it on in the second half. Remember, last year, the second half of the season, Bryce Young had 17 total touchdowns to 3 picks. Some of the playmaking that we saw from Bryce Young yesterday, playing well this time of year, year over year, and then the messaging that you're getting from the head coach, which is that, yeah, the LA Rams, we've seen their best football, but we haven't played our best football yet. If the rest of the locker room is believing that, after just showing what they're capable of by beating a team that was in pole position to have the #1 seed in the NFC, why can't the Carolina Panthers in the final 4 games of the season get on a little bit of a roll? They control their own destiny. They got 2 dates with Tampa, and then they've got a road game against New Orleans and home against Seattle. I'm just saying that the Carolina Panthers could be one of those teams that catches lightning in a bottle.
Yes, but they're not like you feel like the Texans are, right? They're not like dangerous in that spot. They're just, we don't know what they are. Like you've said the Texans are the one team that no one wants to face. Do we feel that way about Carolina?
Everybody and their mama trusted the LA Rams and called them the best team in football going into week 13.
I did it.
And the Carolina Panthers just whooped their ass. You tell me the team that the Carolina Panthers can't beat.
Coming up, a decision